All right, so little disclaimer. I don't work at Knott's Berry Farm. I've never worked at Knott's Berry Farm. I go there a lot, and I like going there. And I ride Ghost Rider all the time because that shit rocks. I don't really know how it works. I like to think I have a little idea from research and shit that I've done and life experience, but whatever. Let's go. All right. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to talk about 2 days that I went to Knott's and waited in line for Ghost Rider. Stand by. We're going to go over that shit, see how it went, see how long it took. We're going to go over the data. I took down data, scientific data, and then we're going to see how we can maybe improve things over at Ghost Rider. I'm going to present my data to you, and then we're going to see how ass the operations are at Ghost Rider and how slow that line moves. So what is Ghost Rider? Ghost Rider is a wooden roller coaster in Southern California, Knott's Berry Farm, built by Custom Coasters International in the 90s, and it's still standing today. GCI actually came in 2016 and retracked the whole thing, overhauled it, made it way more enjoyable. Incredible ride. I love that shit. It's amazing, dude. So good. Such a fun ride. So long, airtime, whippy shit, laterals left and right, throwing you around. It's wild. It's so much fun. Dude, Ghost Rider is like the perfect definition of a roller coaster for me. Like old school as fuck. Like good, clean fun. Nothing crazy or insane. No gimmicks. It's just ups and downs and turns, man. It's like life. Ghost Rider is an incredible ride. The ride experience is so good. World class. So fucking awesome, dude. Ghost Rider is like a national treasure, for real. It's like an Out Come the Wolves by Rancid. Like that shit came out in the 90s and it is still so good and so perfect. Bangers only, all the way through. Nothing sucks about it, and it hits every time, and it does exactly what it needs to do for you every time. So good. It's like you can always come back to it, and it's a warm hug. All right, so to get there, you enter the park, and then you turn left, and then there's Ghost Town, and then the entrance is right there. There's like a little mining shaft. At night, it lights up. It's cool. You go in the mining shaft, and then you turn right, and then you pass the panning for gold thing. Then that's usually when you start waiting in line, because it's always long as fuck, the line. Where outside, it's nice because you get to see that little turnaround. You get to see people excited to go, and kind of hypes you up a little bit. It's cool. You see the barn, which is dope. It looks so cool, and like the Ghost Rider sign on the outside, dope. Then you wait there for a long time, and it moves slow, very slow, and then you finally go inside the barn, and then it sucks because it sucks in there. It's dark, and on a hot day, it's sweaty, and it's like balls. It smells like balls in there, and it's loud, not fun. Dude, going into that barn, it's like when you're like going to the barn in like Resident Evil 4, you have to fight that guy. What's that guy's name? Mendez. You fight that guy. It's like you're going into that, and then you go inside and you're in a whole nother world, and it sucks, and it's scary and bad. So you wait in there for a while, long time, slow as fuck. Every now and then you kind of feel it rumble from the train going over the top, which is like kind of cool. There's like some theming on the walls. There's like pickaxes and some shit like that. It's all right, you know. It's cool. There's like TVs playing like weird shit. Lately they've been playing like Def Leppard and like Sabrina Carpenter. I don't know. Okay, cool. And then you meet a worker, and then they send you upstairs. Then you go upstairs further into the barn, and then you're up there. There's like a bunch of switchbacks that they don't use. Then you're there. Then you get on the ride. They assign you a row. You can ask for a row, which is dope. That you can request whatever, and they'll give it to you pretty much every time. Go to your row, and then the train comes, and then you step over the thing, the restraint and the seat belt, and then you have to wait a while for everyone else to get their shit out of the cubbies. And then you have to put your shit into the cubbies, and then you sit down, and then you buckle up, and then they lower the restraint, and then they check you, and then they send you off. Then you're riding Ghost Rider, dude. We'll turn out of the station, and then it's like kind of rough at first because I don't think they retracked that part. Kind of rough, and it's like, oh no, it's gonna be rough. And then go up the lift hill, and then when you go up the lift hill, it's cool because like you see the station a little bit on the right. It's cool being up there. You can see the whole park, which is dope. If you like turn around to your right, you can see everything, which is pretty cool. And then you drop into a drop like 150 feet, 100 feet. Fuck, I gotta look it up. Damn, way smaller than I thought. 118 feet tall, 108 foot drop down. And the covering is cool because it kind of like makes you feel like you're going way faster than you are. Drop's fine. It's not amazing. It's cool. You know, get you up to speed. A little left turn into the picture, and then you go up this awesome airtime hill, dude. In the front, you get thrown out of your seat. That shit's amazing, dude. You're floating like a motherfucker in every other seat. So awesome. Drop down, and there's a little turnaround with like a bunch of laterals, a little bit of airtime. It's like flying left and right. It's super fun. And then you drop down again, and then you're just like flying, man. You're just zooming. You're just flying, man. You're going, you're zooming. Rise back up, and there's a little right turn. You're just a little skeeting across there, and then down into the structure. And then you go up, and then you do a really cool turnaround. You can see like the whole park, and you're kind of holding on for dear life because the train's trying to make you fly out because the lateral G-forces are so gnarly. You then go through the mid-course brake run that's there but doesn't need to be there, but it should be there. I'll get to that later. And then you go down this drop that is fucked up. Insane, dude. In the back rows, dude, you are absolutely yeeted down this shit, man. Like, it just pulls you down like crazy. Ejected out of your seat. It is awesome. It is crazy. It like catches you by surprise because it happens so fast, and like the ride doesn't do anything like that prior. So it really catches you by surprise. Then shit's just off the chain from there. Like, absolutely ridiculous. You're just flying airtime hills left and right, into the structure, out of the structure, out of control, dude. It feels like you're going 100 miles an hour. It is so fun. Dude, that drop off the mid-course, it's like in Liza P when the Scrap the Watchman grabs you and just like slams you on the ground many times, just up and down violently. That's what that shit's like. Like that drop in those series of hills after, absolutely. Same shit. Do a little turnaround again, and then there's just more airtime hills. Awesome, dude. Thrown out of your seat. So much fun. And then you have the ending helix, which tries to kill you. Like, that shit tries to, like, rip your face off. Like, it feels like your skin is, like, pinned to one side of your body because of the force. Very good G-force. And you're just kind of trying to brace to keep your body upright, just, like, using every muscle in your body to keep yourself upright, because you're just pinned to the side of the train for like 10 seconds or some shit, which feels like an eternity. It's gnarly. Then you fly up into the brake run. Final brake run, a little airtime, then you're done. Then you just rode Ghost Rider, dude. Ghost Rider fucking slaps. It is such a great ride, dude. So much fun. My favorite ride in the park, for sure. Summertime at night, dude, that shit is ridiculous, man. Absurd shit. So good. Go and ride Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider has like the perfect amount of roughness for a wooden coaster for me. It's like, you know, rickety, but it doesn't make you want to die. It's not painful. It's never ever painful. Awesome, dude. The like bottoms of the valleys, I feel like I'm always worried, like, oh god, it's gonna suck, and then it doesn't, and it's like, whoa, that's crazy, dude. So sick. But it's still like throwing you around, it's like thrashing you around. It's fun. Honestly, like I don't know how I would improve the ride experience realistically, right? Like, yeah, whatever. They gotta have a better first drop. But like, who gives a shit? That shit is so good already. It doesn't matter. Ghost Rider is like the absolute perfect balance of like fun and thrill. It's very thrilling and it's intense at parts and kind of gnarly and scary, but it's like not though. Like, it's not. Accelerator, way fucking scarier. Same with Hang Time, dude. Way more scary. Sierra Sidewinder, way more scary than Ghost Rider, in my opinion. Dude, even fucking Matterhorn at Disneyland, scarier than Ghost Rider, I think. Ghost Rider is just fun. So much fun, man. Enjoyable, possible to be enjoyed by all ages, for real. The ride experience is not the issue here. It's the operations. I swear, dude, every time I get in this line, it's like a face-off between me and the line. All right. So my first day there, I went. It was a Friday. It was actually the first day of the Boysenberry Festival. I had no idea that it was the first day. I knew it was coming up, but I didn't know it was the first day. So it was packed. It was absolutely packed. The parking lot was ridiculously full, dude. I was like worried, but I was also like, oh, well, this is like kind of good. This is like a test, right? See how quick they can get people through the line. My mission for the day was to go in and ride Ghost Rider, wait standby, and to time each dispatch, or at least as many as possible, to see how fast that shit was moving. Went into the park, I don't know, it was like afternoon, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., something like that. Went straight over Ghost Rider, and the line was long as fuck. It was all the way back to the panning for gold thing. So I was locked in for like 2-hour wait at least. Luckily that they're running 2 trains, so that's good. Very, very good. Wasn't terrible because like I had my Pokemon TCG Pocket. I was gaming, dude. So good. Hell yeah, fun. Yeah, I was just kind of chilling the whole time in line. I don't know. Nothing out of the ordinary was going on. Trapped in the scary barn from Resident Evil 4. That's it. Average dispatch time for that day was 2 minutes and 43 seconds. I didn't get every single train. I probably missed 5 or 6 because when you're in that barn, it can be kind of hard to tell when they're sending trains. So I took those out of my math and only kept the ones that I was sure of. 243 average dispatch. If you do all the math and shit, right? All the math, you get 528 riders per hour, theoretical capacity. So theoretical, that's like the max amount that it can do. If every single train is full and every dispatch is that long, that's how many people will ride Ghost Rider in 1 hour. That kind of sucks ass. That's pretty bad. To be a little more realistic, you know, the empty seats. There's a lot of empty seats on that ride. They're not always filling every single seat, which sucks. I'll be generous. We'll say there's 2 empty seats each train. That brings it down to 484 riders per hour. Empty seats. So now you got to factor in fast lane too, because people pay to cut the line because they offer it, and why wouldn't you do that if you can afford it? So I'm gonna say, I don't know, fast lane wasn't too crazy that day, luckily. So I'm gonna say 4 of the 22 trains that were sent were for fast lane. Right. So if you factor in fast lane and the empty seats, we're getting a standby number of 396 riders per hour. So that's standby weight and factoring in empty seats. That's pretty shit. That's pretty bad, dude. That's slow. That's very slow. I ended up waiting 1 hour and 50 minutes, which is honestly faster than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be much, much longer than that because I've waited that long when the line is physically much shorter. They were honestly killing it, dude. I think that day, it was probably the fastest I have ever seen them send those trains. Like, they were rarely stacking on the brake run, which was sick. So shout out Ghost Rider crew. Let's fucking go. Also, no shade towards the employees of Knott's Berry Farm. Absolutely no shade. This is not their fault. None of this shit is their fault, dude. Okay? It's not GCI's fault either, or CCI's fault. Okay? We'll get into that a little more later, but zero shade towards the employees. All right. So let's go to day 2. So day 2, I went probably 2 weeks later. It was a Sunday this time. Boys and Berry Fest still going on, so it's packed. It's popping. Hopped in line. The line was much shorter this time. Much, much shorter. So I was stoked. I was like, yo, it's gonna be less. It's gonna be better. Hell yeah. 2 trains again, running 2 trains. So that's dope. Very good to see. Again, nothing really out of the ordinary. Normal day. Felt like nothing was crazy, nothing was weird, except that there were way more fast lane people on this day, like significantly more. Waited like 1 hour and 20 minutes. Average dispatch time for this day was 2 minutes and 35 seconds. That gets us to 552 riders per hour. Theoretical, again. Factor in the 2 empty seats per train, drops to 506 riders per hour with empty seats. Like I said, fast lane was absolutely fucked. The line was down the stairs, wrapped around. It was very, very long. And the way they do it there is they do half and half. So half fast lane, half standby. Basically every other train, right? So I'm gonna be a little more generous. We're gonna say that there was like 11 fast lane trains and 12 standby trains of the ones that were sent while I was waiting in line. So that gets us to 264 riders per hour standby with empty seats. Pretty bad, dude. Pretty bad. And this is when, like I said, the employees are killing it, dude. Like, they cannot go any faster. Not really stacking at all. Rarely stacking. If it is stacking, it's for like 20 seconds, 10 seconds that they're waiting there on the brake run. So not their fault whatsoever. For real though, they should be sending those trains. They should be gone every 60 seconds. Okay, so let's look at all the averages, right? So if you do all the math, and you add all that shit, and you divide all that shit, and you multiply all that shit, you do all that, you get an average dispatch time of 2 minutes and 39 seconds. You get 552 riders per hour, theoretical, and then you get 330 riders per hour standby with empty seats. So what's going on? Why does the line move so slow? Why are the trains taking so long to be sent out when the employees are literally at the limit, like going as fast as possible, right? Is there like a design flaw in the ride? What the hell is going on? No, there's no design flaw. The ride was actually designed beautifully. It was designed to run 3 trains when it opened, and then when GCI came in and retracted it, they took out a block zone, but then they added it back. So in 2025, it has the ability to run 3 trains. The park only has 2 trains, so they can't run 3 trains. So they're stuck on 2 trains, even though the ride should be running 3 trains. They don't run 3 trains because they can't load the trains fast enough to justify running 3 trains or purchasing a 3rd train, right? So what the fuck is going on? Loose articles, man. Everyone's got their shit in their pockets. Everyone's got their phones. Everyone's got their fucking Ray-Ban glasses, their Ray-Ban Meta, that shit. People be carrying a lot of shit around, okay? They got all their... and their vape, and their backup vape, and the backup vape for the backup vape. Bunch of shit. Me included. I always bring stuff with me to the park. Phone, wallet, keys, headphones, maybe my Game Boy Advance, maybe a little snacky, you know, all this shit. Water bottle. Everyone's got shit to bring to the park, which makes sense. And an intense thrill ride like Ghost Rider, you're not going to ride with it. You're not allowed to ride with it, but also you just shouldn't ride with it because it's going to fly out and it's going to hurt someone. So where do you got to put it? At places like Universal's Islands of Adventure. Before you board Velocicoaster over there, you go into a room with a bunch of free lockers and you put all your shit in there. And then you go through a metal detector to make sure you don't have any of it. And then you ride, and then everything is so fast and awesome, dude. Same with Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point. Similar thing. Tron over at Walt Disney World. Same sort of thing. But no, Ghost Rider is not this way. You go through the train, and there's these cubbies right there. And the cubbies are shared by everyone, so you have to wait for the people on the train before you to get their stuff out of the cubbies, so then you can go and find an empty one and put your stuff in, and then go back to the train, sit down, strap in, and go. There's nothing the employees can do here to speed people up. It's honestly stressful trying to get through there. You're kind of just standing there. People getting off the ride are excited because they're super pumped up from just riding Ghost Rider, and they're like, oh my god, that was crazy, holy shit, that was awesome. Understandable, it is awesome, and it's fun to share that with the people that you're at the park with, right? And any normal person is not even thinking about like, oh, me taking a couple extra seconds here is really gonna slow it down for everyone else behind me. No one is thinking that at all. They're just there having a fun day, man. Just abiding by the rules, putting their shit in the locker and trying to get their shit back. That's all it is. So I like an insane person, like a big roller coaster nerd that I am, I stood there by the exit and I filmed a bunch of dispatches of Ghost Rider to try and see how much extra time this really added on, right? So look at this clip here. This one's unedited. We're just going to see how long it takes people. And then here's one that is edited, and I basically cut out from when everyone is in the train at first until they're back in the train, all sitting down. See how long it takes.
Watch your step and exit to the right. Take you right on the Ghost
So look at this person right here. They sat down, they had their glasses on, and they didn't know that they needed a strap, right, to ride with the glasses. So an employee's like, oh shit, here, I got to take your glasses, and it's a whole thing. Adds a bunch of time. That always happens, dude. Another thing that adds on time is the seatbelts. Seatbelts, they don't need to be there. I guess I don't really know why they're there. Maybe it's like a lawsuit thing. But like maybe they're afraid people are going to say my shit came undone, so then they can in a court of law be like, oh, there's another restraint. I don't know. People in America are always looking to sue someone for some sort of gain. So wouldn't surprise me if that's the reason why they have them. Let me know if you know the reason why they have seatbelts. I don't think it's a law in California, but it's stupid that they're there. They don't need to be there. They don't do shit. All they do is slow down the operations and make the ride more uncomfortable. Modern roller coasters are like some of the safest things any human being can strap themselves into, dude. The seatbelt is doing nothing for you. The bar is. That's what's saving your life. The seatbelt isn't doing shit. Get rid of it. So with all the data I collected from this, it was about 6 dispatches over both days that I filmed and then later went back through the footage and timed. I found that with all the seatbelt stuff and the loose article stuff and the cubbies, each dispatch on average is 60 seconds longer with all of that going on. That's pretty significant. That's very significant. So if you take that 60 seconds and apply it to all the other averages that I got, you would bring that down to a 1 minute and 39 second average dispatch. That would bump up to 864 riders per hour, theoretical, and then standby with empty seats of 396 riders per hour. That is a significant improvement from before. That would bring a 2-hour wait down a lot. An hour and 20? That's huge, dude. That's like 2 more rides that you could experience in the park elsewhere. I bet, too, they could get that number to be even, or get those numbers to be even better too, because the crew would actually be able to lock in and have a system every time that they could do, because they wouldn't have to deal with loose articles. So a couple things need to happen for this to be feasible, right? Because with 2 trains, the ride is too long to be dispatching trains this fast. Like you'd just be waiting for the second train to come back. So you'd need 3 trains. They only have 2. How do you get the 3rd train? You could buy a new one. That's expensive. They're not going to do that. A very real possibility that could happen would be they could get one of the trains from Gold Striker up at California's Great America, because that park is closing, sadly. Sucks. But maybe it's owned by the same company. Maybe they could send one of those suckers down to Orange County, baby. Throw her on Ghost Rider. So that's the first thing. They need to get a 3rd train. The next thing is the whole locker situation. So you have a couple options. First option is you could go the SeaWorld fuck you route, which is you have to pay for lockers before you get in line, put all your shit in the lockers before you even enter the queue, and then you go in. You could do that, or you could go the much better Steel Vengeance Universal route, which is free lockers halfway through the queue line. Where can they put these lockers? Well, they don't use the entire upstairs of the queue. There is a lot of room up there, dude. There is a lot of room, and it would make sure that all the fast lane people and the standby people would go through the same exact process, and they could all end up in the same line to board the train right after they put all their stuff in the lockers. The only thing they would have to change is that you would have to enter and exit the train on the same side. And then maybe people boarding through the exit, maybe they would have to have some kind of locker system for them on the other side. ADA guests, standby guests, and fast lane guests could all use those lockers that would be located on the top floor there for free. That would be sick. Something else they could do is like regulate the fast lane usage for Ghost Rider a little more. At Knott's, they have 1 tier of fast lane. So you buy it, 1 option, and then you can get on anything as many times as you want all day. Other parks that are owned by the same company, Cedar Point and more, they have like different tiers, right? So they have like the lower tier, which allows you to get on certain rides, and then they have an upper tier, which allows you to get on like all the rides, right? I think Knott's should do something like that for Ghost Rider. So like the lower tier, which is $100, you can ride everything in the park except, I don't know, whatever, Ghost Rider and Accelerator. And then the higher tier, which is like $150, you can ride everything as many times as you want. That, and also heavily regulate the one-shot fast lanes. So like one shot is like you just get in your phone and you pay $30 to skip the line. Jack that price up. Make it harder. Less people in fast lane, dude. That's all we need. And then the park can make more money because they're essentially charging more money for nothing. Like fast lane costs them nothing, dude. Nothing else would have to change. You know, like they still have the one person up at the station feeding fast lane people and standby people together. So yeah, man. Also, people from Southern California would pay for that shit. Absolutely, dude. People be paying for $20 smoothies at Erewhon. They're going to pay to ride Ghost Rider. Next thing would be to add a single rider line. I feel like this is a no-brainer. Fills up all those empty seats, and some people can have the choice if they want to gamble on their wait time, and then they don't ride with their party. I don't know, whatever. I would use a single rider line. I go alone all the time, dude. Downside to that would be they'd probably have to staff someone to do that. I think they could have the person that's at the bottom of the stairs, in the barn from hell. That person could be the single rider person, and have the single rider line go out that entrance of the barn. Kind of be like how Incredicoaster's single rider line works. They just go through like the ADA entrance with the elevator. Another thing I was thinking about, which I don't even know if this would be even possible. Let me know. Any experts on any actual experts on roller coasters out there, like let me know if it'd be possible to put another block in there at the end on that brake run, because that brake run seems pretty long to me, and I feel like they could add a holding block like right before the station on that little S curve. I feel like they could hold trains there, so then you could have trains stack 3 times, or have 2 trains stack behind the station rather than stacking something on the mid-course. All of this would be like a dream scenario for it to happen. I honestly don't think it's ever going to happen because the park is killing it. They're not struggling, dude. Like, people hate the long line a lot, but people keep coming back, myself included, because that shit slaps. Ghost Rider's so good. But you would think the park would want to improve that as much as they can because, people are spending 2 hours of their day in line when they could be spending an hour of that buying shit elsewhere. If you watch El Toro Ryan's problematic coasters video on Ghost Rider, he goes deep into the block sections and how all that shit has functioned over the years. Go check that video out. He does an incredible job of all of this. In there, he also talks about how Kings Island operates Mystic Timbers, which is essentially the same ride as Ghost Rider with 3 trains. And they do that because they don't have any of the loose article shit on the station platform. People have to put their stuff away before they get in line. As a result, you run 3 trains, the line moves way, way faster, and the overall capacity is significantly better. He found that Mystic Timbers be rocking like 850 riders an hour. That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. I found Ghost Rider would do 864 if they had 3. So, very doable. Very, very doable. So we got the unrealistic solution out of the way. What's a realistic solution? Something that they could actually do, like they could do this shit in a week, honestly, and I think it would help everything a lot. First thing they can do is install another set of cubbies for the front cars. A GCI train is long, like physically in length, it is long. The front cars, if you're in one of those, like the front 4 or 5 cars, you have to walk pretty far to get to the cubbies. And it's like by the time you get there, one of the back cars is already there, and it's a mess. Even if you have long legs and you can walk fast, it's still going to be fucking bad. Takes a long time. I think if they had another set for the front half of the train, everything would be so much less crowded, so much more efficient, so much quicker, better overall. The second day that I was there, I went over to Silver Bullet to go time those dispatches. Their B&M invert, Silver Bullet, goated B&M invert. I found that they were doing an average of like 2-minute dispatches, which is significantly quicker than Ghost Rider's dispatches. It's wild too because those are 36 passenger trains and Ghost Rider's trains are 24. So more people to load and check, and it's 40 seconds quicker each time around, which saves a significant amount of time, dude. I think this is because the way the cubbies are spread out there, pretty much across the whole train, much easier to find an empty one and then get seated. So I think that little fix would help a lot. It would really, really help. Another easy fix is add the single rider line, like I mentioned earlier. Super easy fix, again, would be the fast lane thing that I talked about earlier. Regulate that shit more. Make it more expensive to have Ghost Rider included in your fast lane, or just like you only get one a day or something. I remember Magic Mountain used to do that with X2. do it with Ghost Rider, dude. Damn, speaking of X2, sucks that the two best rides in California have the worst operations in California. But yeah, anyway, if they could cut down that fast lane line, dude, everything would be much, much better for the standby people, which is most of the people anyways. Even if the park doesn't want to do those things, dude, like, at least make the queue itself a little more pleasant to be in, because that room can suck in the summer and in the hot months. It can be nasty in there. Hot, loud, sweaty, smells like balls so bad. Let's get like, I don't know, get like one of the actors that like robs you on the train over there. Get like one of those actors to go and like mess with people in line. That'd be fun. That'd be super fun. Put like a couple of vending machines in there. Then you can make more money off the people who are going to be stuck in there for hours. In the end, I don't know, none of this really matters. It's just fun to like talk about this stuff and think about different scenarios about Ghost Rider, because Ghost Rider is awesome, dude. Oh yeah, for real, bring back the old Ghost Rider merch, dude. They have this shirt that they used to have back in the 90s. This shirt is so hard. Bring this back right now. It's an absolute icon of a ride, dude. It kicks ass. I'm so glad that they chose to retrack it and refurb it instead of turning it into an RMC. I remember when I was a kid, I rode it a couple times and it was so rough. It sucked, honestly. Like, it was pain, not fun, horrible. When I rode it for the first time after the retrack, I couldn't believe it. It was like a different ride. Unbelievable. So good. So glad that they did that. Incredible ride, dude. If you're out in Southern California, come and check it out, please. It is so good. Knott's is an awesome place. Bunch of cool, unique rides here. Ghost Rider alone is worth the price of admission to Knott's Berry Farm. A couple weeks ago, I had a friend in town from the UK visiting the park for the first time, and we went on a Wednesday, and they were still doing like their weekly winter maintenance on it, so it was only open on weekends, so he missed it. And they were in town for another couple weeks, and I was like, yo, dude, if you can, you should come back and ride it. It's worth it. Like, come back if you can. And he did. We ended up going again for just a couple hours, and we got a bunch of laps on Ghost Rider because it was dead, which was sick. And he said it was absolutely worth just coming back for that. So sick. I love having Ghost Rider 20 minutes away from where I live. That shit rocks. I just wish I could ride it more, because when I like pop into the park, kind of sucks. It's like, oh, I have a couple hours here. I don't really want to spend those couple hours in line, you know? I'd rather like, oh, I could either ride Ghost Rider once, or I could go ride Silver Bullet twice and Accelerator twice or something, you know? Sometimes you just got to make the trade-off. When my girlfriend and I go, we usually ride a bunch of stuff, and then we get in line at Ghost Rider a minute before the park closes, so we don't have to spend, you know, an hour and a half, 2 hours in line wasting our day. It's like, oh, the park's closed. We're just in line, then we'll wait in line. We'll leave at like 11 p.m. or something. Yeah, this is 2 train ops, dude. 1 train ops, dude, don't even fucking think about it. It's awful. It's like a 4-hour wait. So bad. I love this shit. I love Knott's. I love roller coasters. I love Ghost Rider. Incredible. I haven't been on too many of the elite wooden coasters around the country. I haven't done El Toro, haven't done the Voyage or anything at Holiday World. Ghost Rider, Mystic Timbers, that's about it. Ghost Rider is my favorite wooden coaster, easily. I want to get out and ride the others. Hopefully I can do that someday. Follow the channel if you want to see that. Subscribe, like, do all that shit. I love you. You're amazing. Thank you for all the support so much. It's so cool. Got a bunch of stuff coming up in the coming weeks, hitting a bunch of new parks this year in general that I will be covering on this channel. Gonna be so sick, man. Hang out. Come hang. Follow me on Instagram. Send me a DM. Let's talk about coasters. None of my friends like this shit. You're the only ones who do. So like, I need someone to talk to. I need someone to vent to. Hell yeah. I love you. Goodbye.